And we finally get to talk about the NFL. Well, we've stayed away from it, and we kind of really focused on some college here. The NFL was just kind of, I couldn't get head or tail. I mean, they were just trying to get, everybody's trying to get everything in order and get it in line and get all this done and all that done. So it's kind of hard to talk about.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about when everybody talks about Caleb Williams.
So yeah, it's the Caleb Williams
and everybody else.
You know,
but
anyway, we're here. It's
We can
NFL time. We're going to throw some NFL action, see what we think, see what you think, and well, what the hell? Here we go. NFL time. Let's do this. And welcome back. It is the Midnight Riders podcast. I'm Johnny.
I'm Chuck.
And we're going to try to break down this NFL thing. We waited as long as we possibly could. Kickoff's Thursday.
2 days.
And
2 days away.
This is, I tell you what, man, I've been, you try to research, you try to look into it, and you want to think about this, that, and the other, and what's good, what's bad, what's up. I see some teams that are a little bit are supposed to be better than the other teams. I see a lot of improvement in some teams. The draft, you really can't tell until these kids play.
Not yet.
Of how they blend and how they mesh, and will they make a difference? But I mean, I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a good season.
It will be. There's just intriguing, especially with the new quarterbacks coming in, other than the other one.
Yeah.
There are other ones other than Caleb Williams.
Sure.
Popular belief.
Well,
Jalen Daniels and Bo Nix are two that have been given the starting job, so that's going to be good to see.
Michael Penix.
And Penix.
Penix,
okay.
The Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, when we get to the Falcons, we're going to talk about that because
I know.
I thought it was a good pick. But then it got tore apart by the so-called experts.
I loved the pick myself.
Know.
I think the pick was fantastic.
We'll get there. I think he's a good quarterback, but we'll see. God knows he couldn't do any worse than Ritter. So
no, you can't. But no, then they go get Cousins.
Right. Which, okay,
serviceable. The guy's a veteran. He's done it all.
Get somebody for Penix not to just jump right in the hot seat and take a beating. Learn a little bit from Cousins or whatever and see what happens.
Exactly. And then, like I said, so here's what we're going to do. What do you want to do? You want to start with the division?
Oh, we'll just knock off. Well, I mean,
what do you want to do?
For those who lived under a rock and how it ended last year, you had pretty much what the majority of people thought, the Chiefs, 49ers, Chiefs winning it.
I really didn't want a Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. I got Taylor Swifted out, and
I didn't either, but
they were good.
I think I did it before on our playoff podcast. Until somebody knocks them off and beats them,
prove it.
You got to keep doing it.
Prove it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. They're strong again this year, so we'll see. But yeah, that was finished it up pretty good. Kind of hoping for the Lions. I'm kind of hoping on another Lions push because that was fun to watch the Lions get involved.
Well, it was. Well, I mean, this year you've got, let's see, the teams that have not been to the playoffs the longest. You've got the Jets, 13 years.
Yeah, and they still won't be there.
Denver and Carolina. Denver's been 8 years.
Denver's got.
Then you got Carolina and the Falcons. That's 6 years, and then a whole bunch of them were 3, 2, and 1. Those are your big four.
The Jets are the one everybody's screaming for. But we'll see,
because it's just this Aaron Rodgers thing. I mean, Caleb Williams cannot score all the touchdowns all by himself. Nor can Aaron Rodgers. Okay, you need a team around him. The Jets have got a pretty good team. I'm going to give it to them. I think. Well, we'll get there.
They made some moves. The Bears got a good offense around him too. But
we'll
get there.
Where are you going to start?
Let's just start AFC North. Let's just fire it off from there.
AFC North. Oh, my. Well, the opening night, the third, Ravens get the first game. They're going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, man. That's going to be a hell of a game. That's going to be a hell of a game to watch.
Well, let's look at it. I mean, I think in the North, you're looking at a couple of teams, I think, that improved on what they had last year.
Yep.
Well, actually, Cleveland's, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland. Pittsburgh didn't do much.
I-
I'm going to yell at you at Pittsburgh. Chuck is, for those of you
Yeah.
who don't know, he's a Pittsburgh Steeler fan lifelong, ever since he was like in the womb, I
Yep.
think. And
Yep. And
the-
still will be. I've gone through a lot of shit and a
I
lot
know.
of beatings,
I
and
know.
unfortunately, I'm probably gonna go through it again
Well,
this year. But who are we starting?
I like
with?
to talk about the Ravens. The
Let's
Ravens,
start with the
are,
Ravens.
and for some reason, every year when I see the Ravens, they seem to be the most boring team ever. I don't know why. I find them boring, but I do.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's something
I'm
about
not-
them. I just can't get excited about them.
As you, I mean, like you said, diehard Steeler fan, so not a Raven fan, but holy hell,
Well, you add Derrick
They
Henry
added
first
Derrick
of all. You
Henry.
get Derrick Henry first of all.
if they get a running game behind Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
oh, good God.
Well,
But they lost Jadeveon Clowney. They lost a little bit of defense.
they
but
lost
they're
Ron
still
Darby. I mean, they
Yeah.
lost defense, and their defense is what carries them most of the time.
most of the time.
You know, I still think they're probably going to be in the 9, 10, 11 win area.
Yes. Yes.
They've got some tough games. I mean, they've got some tough games.
They do, but they've got what's called it's. I mean, just as what they show the experts, ninth
Right.
hardest schedule
Yeah.
in the NFL.
And again, this is something
Um,
like you really can't tell until the season starts how
Right.
how tough to schedule.
Right.
You really can't tell how good a team is until the season starts. Florida State, and you really just don't know anything until people start playing football.
Right.
You know, you can predict this, you can predict that, you can say they're this, you can say they're that. Then your quarterback gets hurt, then you're done. But anyway, I mean,
Right.
Baltimore's going to be a decent team
If they stay healthy,
if they stay healthy.
you got Derrick Henry.
Right.
You got wide receiver Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews,
Right.
Zay Flowers. If these guys stay healthy,
Right.
you know, Keaton Mitchell as a backup for behind Henry. I mean, if these guys stay healthy,
Sure.
I hate to say it, but I can see them making a late run in the playoffs.
Well, in the draft, they brought him in the first round. They got a cornerback, Nate Wiggins from Clemson. Then they got an offensive tackle from Washington, Roger Rosengartner.
Gardner, yeah.
And I mean, they got some decent help. Where are these guys? I don't know if these guys are going to start. I don't know what's going to happen with these draft picks. But the thing is I think they're good enough. Last year they were good enough. I mean, that
They're going to be good. I hate to say it.
well,
I hate to say it,
again,
but
they were in the
Oh, my
AFC Championship game last year.
Right.
They were there. They were boring.
oh yeah, I'll never enjoy it.
But they are always there. They play consistent football. They're always there, and I just think they're going to be a team to be watched
And
because like they are every year.
And I don't know, maybe it's his perception, but I got the same issue with them. They seem boring, but then again, you got Lamar Jackson, who's one of the best explosive players in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys,
I think it's their uniforms.
it's, oh God, they are ugly.
I think it's the uniforms.
Jesus, they're ugly.
But anyway, I mean, I just I don't know. They are going to be they're going to be a contender in that division.
Yes.
They're going to be a contender in that conference. They're going to be a contender to go to the Super Bowl. They
No,
just
without
are.
a doubt.
They always are.
They're going to, I've got them winning 11, maybe 12 games.
Right. I think they're going. I think they're getting at least 10. I mean, 11's not out of the realm of possibility.
Not at all.
Let's look at Cincinnati. Burrow's back.
Yeah.
I think, of course, it's going to be they're going to do better since he is back.
But again, he's going to have to stay healthy.
Yeah.
You still got Jamar Chase, one of the best receivers in the game.
Sure.
Um,
If Burrow stays healthy, I honestly think they win the division. That's my pick. I think they win the division.
see,
I still think Baltimore probably.
And I say I'm
leaks into
the other way
wild card
because a
game.
lot of people are saying, if he's healthy, he's good. They're going to win it. They're going to do this. I'm just not. I don't know. I got them winning 9, 10 games. I can't get over. I don't know. Cincinnati to me has that. If you want to compare it to an Texas A&M thing, they just can't. They find a way to screw things up.
Well, they do.
They always do.
They do.
They always find something. Whether it's somebody getting hurt or is that a stupid call or a dumb play or something.
I mean, I was going to get to this later. You chose to do this division 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they got a shot to have at least 2 of your wild card teams.
Yeah,
at least 2.
Yeah.
Simply because I just think Baltimore and Cleveland. We'll get to Cleveland in a minute. I think Baltimore is worthy. I think Cincinnati is worthy. I think Cleveland is an up and comer. Pittsburgh.
We'll talk about them here in a second. And again,
I-
it's a lot with my heart,
Yeah.
but we'll get to them after. We'll get to the Browns
Well,
next.
I mean, Cincinnati. I think is good. I think they're top to bottom good. They're solid. They're. I think last year with the injury, it really hurt them. Of course,
it
obviously,
killed them.
but
It killed them.
I just think that they're good enough to get back to compete again. I mean, they really worked on their offensive and defensive line in the draft.
Right.
Is it going to help them? Well, yeah. I mean,
It should.
Linemen are hard to come by in the NFL. They don't last long, and if you're not deep, you don't go very far.
Right, and there's just so many injuries anymore. And when you lose somebody like Burrow,
Yeah.
where you rely on so much on Burrow, and that team is so heavy reliable on him.
Sure.
He goes down, they're out of luck.
Let's see. What about Cleveland?
Cleveland. Deshaun Watson.
Don't like him. But he's
Dumbest contract in sports.
But again, he's consistent. He's decent. He's good. I think Cleveland is on the upswing. I think Cleveland's defense is pretty damn good. They didn't have many draft picks, and they got a little help where they needed. Will the draft picks be worth anything? I don't know. We'll have to see how they go. But
they probably got they got Myles Garrett, probably arguably the best defensive player in the game.
Sure.
Jerry Jeudy, they got him at receiver now. Again, though, you got injury issues with their offensive line, and their big one, Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
he missed last year.
Exactly, he's back.
They picked
right
up
tackle Jack Conklin.
They picked up Pierre Strong.
Yeah.
Which, and Jerome Ford still there as good backups for Chubb. If Chubb's healthy, yeah. But they need that running game because Deshaun Watson does absolutely nothing for me. So I'm looking at them at 8-7, 8-8,
Well,
8-9, 9-8, somewhere around that 500 mark.
The only reason I think they've got a shot at a wild card spot is the other divisions I think are top heavy, and I'm afraid that the divisional games are going to. These guys, they're going to beat each other. They're going to beat each other up more.
Right.
I think. I don't know. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I may before this cast is over. I may switch my Cleveland wild card pick. I don't know.
I don't see them.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, my boy.
Who in the hell is their quarterback?
Who the hell knows? They're starting with Russell Wilson.
I don't know why.
Personally,
I mean, they go out there and spend some bucks on this guy after they make a trade. Who they trade else they get?
What? Justin Fields.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
Which I like that pickup. I've always been a fan of Justin Fields.
Yeah, but
why Russell?
Why do that?
There.
Why do that and then get Wilson too? You get a kid in Fields who say, "All right, we're giving you." They
and I think they will.
Chicago gave up on you, but we're going to give you the keys to the Cadillac. Oh yeah, by the way, we got Russell Wilson too, just in case you can't do it. I think
Russell Wilson's going to be a 4 or 5 game thing, and then he's done and gone.
But do those 4 or 5 games? They need those 4 or 5 games.
They do, but
I mean, they're gonna. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I
didn't like the Russell Wilson deal either. I liked the Justin Fields. I wish they would go with Fields, but you got a new offensive coordinator, which I like that pickup too. Arthur Smith from the Falcons. Defense is still going to be solid as hell.
Yeah.
Picked up Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Sean. I mean, they strengthened their defense even more, which is always been their strength.
Yep.
You still got Najee Harris. You got a pretty good receiving core.
Yeah.
It's all going to focus around Wilson and Fields.
Right.
I'm hoping. Oh God, I don't know. On the high side, I have them winning 10.
Yeah.
Who
do you got? Well, let's just go with this. Who do you got winning the division?
Nah, I got Baltimore winning the division.
Just got Baltimore. I'm going with Cincinnati.
All right.
I'm going with Cincinnati. All right, let's move to the South.
Move to the South.
We'll start with the old Houston Texans. See,
man.
this division, I think the winner of this division is going to get just beat up outside of the division, and so I don't see anybody else in this.
Tell you what, though.
Houston, Indianapolis. I mean, Jacksonville could sneak in there. I don't for some unknown reason, but simply because Indianapolis and Houston they're not world beaters.
They're not, but I really one of my what I consider was going to be a surprise is going to be Houston. I think Houston is in prime. C.J. Stroud surprised me.
Right.
They do have what's considered the the fourth hardest schedule in football, but
Yeah.
man, they
Well, you got Will Anderson also. Um,
again they've got some offensive line depth issues with injuries and whatever. But if they get that settled, Stroud's a superstar.
right. Well, they went and made a bunch
They-
of trades. They went and made a bunch of deals.
Yep.
You got Joe Mixon. You got Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
You got
I tell you,
you got Hunter, and you got Alshire, and you got Autry on DB. I mean, they went out and got some players.
they got guys that Stroud can go to. That
Yes.
the pickup of Mixon,
Yeah.
and Stephon Diggs. Oh
Yeah.
Lord,
Well, it turns it up a little
They're
bit.
gonna be-
But I still do. I mean, if they win 10, okay, that's fine. It's going to make the rest of the
Mhm.
division even worse because the teams that are going to win most of their games out are right here.
right.
They're going to beat these people up.
Right. I just don't think that division is very good. So I think the Texans can.
Yeah.
I think the Texans can actually get an 11-6 season out of it because of that division.
Well,
So that's
they could. I mean, Tennessee doesn't do anything for me.
No.
Jacksonville's a maybe. Indianapolis didn't do anything to improve themselves that I know of. Did you see anything in any of these others? I mean, Houston's really the only one I saw of any good solid talking points.
everybody's just waiting for Trevor Lawrence just to explode.
Right.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
know. I don't know
He's
what
good.
to say about him.
He's good, but he's just middle. He's just one of those guys who keeps getting close,
Right.
and then he drops back down. And they
Right.
just can't put anything around him. I don't know. The Colts, Anthony Richardson. You really didn't get a chance to see what he could do because he got hurt.
Right.
So I mean, he could be a stud, which they need it. But
Well, they went out and they drafted 2 wide receivers. Actually three wide
for
receivers.
Richardson to
Yeah.
give him some targets because
Right.
Richardson is supposed to be the thing.
Right, and then their third and fourth pick were a center and a tackle. So they're
Yes.
trying to protect him, and they're giving him something to throw to. So
Right.
they're trying to build,
Yes,
but is it enough right now? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Um,
I mean, I got them down as a 7 or 8 win
yeah,
team, at best.
that's where I got them at 7.
And again, that's why I think the Texans got a chance to come up with a really good record and make
Yes.
a good jump,
Well,
good jump into the run because
they're
of that.
they're gonna get 2 wins against Tennessee. They'll get 1, maybe 2 against Jacksonville. They're probably gonna beat Indianapolis once or twice.
Right,
And so right there, you've already got 5-6 wins just in division.
right.
And then
I mean, you go into Tennessee, and Tennessee's horrible.
Yeah.
Tennessee's one of the worst teams. They've got a long way. I tried to find stuff to talk about with them, and there's just not much to talk about with
no,
Tennessee.
there's not. They
They're
haven't done a lot. They're
No.
not. They're not.
They're long. They're. I mean, yeah.
They're a long way away.
They're a ways
and,
away.
And no matter what they do, no matter
They're not going to be able to compete in this division this year. I had them down with like 5 or 6 wins, and that was it.
No.
Like I
And-
said, I think this is a division Houston can just. This is up to them to win or lose.
Oh yeah. I mean, Houston. You and I are both on board with Houston.
Yes.
They seem to be a
Yes.
runaway.
Yeah.
At this time, so let's go to the East.
Now, here's where I think you might get a division with 2 or 3.
Well,
Wild
well,
cards.
let's talk about the Jets. I mean,
I'm
everybody's
gonna start with the Jets.
Well, with Aaron Rodgers coming back, my thing is he's old.
Yes.
Okay, we know that. He got hurt game 1 last year. We know that. Is he still fragile enough to get hurt game 1 this
He's
year?
done Achilles surgery on an old man.
I know.
Old for football.
On an older guy, on an older quarterback,
Yes.
his mobility will be down. I think he's going to be gun shy. Everybody, he's just going to be. Your mentality is going to say, don't move much if you don't have to.
Right.
Okay.
Which he doesn't anyway.
He doesn't.
Their bigger issue is going to be defense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with
their
that.
defensive line is thin.
Yeah.
They've got to make a big step in that defensive area.
Well-
I think Braylon Allen is a good,
Right.
damn good running back for him.
Right. Well, they got Corley from Western Kentucky to come in on the wide out there. Hell, their 1 draft pick in the first round was
Right.
the tackle from Penn State, Fashanu, whatever.
yeah.
Whatever.
And they got Sauce Gardner, one of the best defensive
Yes,
backs in the
I
game.
mean-
But defensively, defensive line is where I see their
Right.
biggest issue.
Yeah, I mean they had some
They're-
guys leave, but they made a few additions.
They're one of those teams that I went back and I could have him win in 7. I can have him win in 10.
I got him around 8,
Yeah,
maybe
and that's-
9. But then again, it's going to depend on Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
How healthy is he really?
Exactly.
You know, he sat out an entire year with a brand new team. He went to a new team. He got to play one or two series, one set of downs, whatever. So he doesn't really know them. He's going to go back in there. He's going to start fresh all over again. I don't know.
And the fact that he's he's a little out there.
Yeah, he is.
So
but,
whether or
but,
not he goes and has the right
but when he
seance, whatever the hell he does,
when he
before
puts the
games.
helmet on and he gets in the huddle, the guy's good.
He
can't say he's not good.
No.
Aaron Rodgers knows how to run a team. He knows how to call a
Right.
game. He knows all. He's the intangible king. So I don't know. He's just that.
Like I said, 7 to 10. It could go either way.
Right.
And like I said, it's like a Joe Burrow thing. I think it hinges so much on him, on the
Yeah.
quarterback, on them.
So speaking of hinging on a quarterback, how about them Bills?
Woo, baby.
I love the Buffalo Bills.
I love Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was the quarterback I wanted Atlanta
Yeah.
to draft when Josh Allen
Sure.
came out. He
Man.
didn't. Buffalo got him. I still think he's one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks
Yes.
in the league.
Oh, without a doubt.
However, they can't win the big game. They can't win
Well,
the big game.
And they lost Diggs and they lost
Yes, they
Gabe
did.
Davis.
Yes,
So
they did.
They lost a couple of their targets.
Yes, but they brought
Which is
in
gonna be an
in
issue.
Coleman from Florida State. They brought in Ray Davis, running back from Kentucky.
You know, they got Khalil Shakir,
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel. They
Yeah.
brought in some people.
Well, and they drafted like 3 or 4 defensive backs and
Right.
backs in line. I mean, they went out. They had a good draft. I mean, hell, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 draft picks.
Right.
And I mean, they had a good draft. I think they filled holes better than a lot of other
Right.
teams. Other than Arizona. We'll get to that in a minute. But Buffalo filled a lot of holes up with
Right.
draft picks, and they're young. I
And
get it. They're learning. They're not there yet. But I still don't think Buffalo can. I think it's Buffalo's division to lose.
I do too. Josh Allen, and before I get hatred from anybody actually listen, I'm not saying he is Tom Brady, but I think he's a close, a type like Tom Brady to where you can bring in, like I said, Khalil Shakir. You can bring in some of these receivers, and with the system they play, and as good as Josh Allen is, he'll make these guys better.
He's a Tom Brady style quarterback.
Yes, he's this guy that you can put guys in him who aren't
He knows
superstars,
he's a
but he'll
system,
make it work.
he's a super system guy,
Yes.
and he will work with what he's got to fit the system they have. He knows how to read a defense just as good as Tom Brady.
Yes.
And I think he's got those skills. I'd have never thought about putting him in that category, but since you say it, I would
Yeah.
have to agree with that statement. I think he is that level of guy. I think he's just missing. There's just one
He
thing.
just can't get over that
that hump, that little hump. The team
that
can't
win.
get over that hump.
Right.
We're still living back in the 3 straight Super Bowls back in the day.
Right.
Buffalo needs to get over that hump, and the Bills need to get there. The last playoff win. Well, they were in the playoffs
No, it's
last
been
year. Got to the wild card game. They won the wild card game. The year before that, they lost in the divisional finals. I mean,
They keep getting there.
they keep getting there, but they can't win the next game.
Well, part of the problem is they keep playing the damn Chiefs. Which is not.
I don't want the Chiefs to win. I'm about Patrick Mahomes.
Oh man.
Oh my! How about Miami?
That's to me. That's Buffalo's competition. That's the other. But Miami's the reason I think this division can get 2 or 3 wild cards if at all.
Oh, Roger, I know you're listening, man.
2.
I'm sorry, but Miami, they just can't get there. They just can't get there.
Their offenses, they are fun to watch.
Yeah.
Tua and Tyreek Hill and
Yeah.
Mostert, and they're just fun to watch, and they're going to put up points, and they're going to do a lot of damage. But offensive line, they need Tua's going to get killed if they don't get some more offensive line.
Well, they drafted that big tackle out of Houston, Patrick Paul. They got him a little bit of help there, and they drafted what I think is one of the top 5 names of the draft, first round pick out of Penn State, Chop Robinson. I mean, come on, the guy's name's Chop.
Yeah,
Come on.
They better figure something out. And what I thought was funny was going in and doing some research, going through stuff, whatever.
Right.
You never hear, or I never really saw anything talk about any part of their defense.
No.
It's all about the offense. And so
they're not
they're going to have to figure something out there. They can.
Well, if they can keep them, if the defense can keep them in games, they've got a chance.
Right.
I mean, Tua's good.
Yeah, he is. He's better than I thought he would be.
He's good. He is more than just a serviceable
Yeah,
quarterback.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He
Without a doubt.
they've got him a couple of weapons. They drafted a couple of good kids.
Oh, yeah.
They've
They-
got a
they're
lot of
good.
speed. I mean, they got a lot of speed.
Oh, yeah. They're
They drafted
stacked.
2 wide receivers and an edge and a running back. No, 2 wide receivers and a running back. They got him some weapons.
He's stacked.
Again, the defense. If they can stop anybody, if they can keep them in the game and give Tua an opportunity to win, I think they can pull 9 games out of this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think. Yeah. I got him at 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can get 9. I don't think they can surpass Buffalo. I still think
I don't
Buffalo's. I think Buffalo's still the cream of the crop.
I
here.
think Buffalo's an 11 or 12 win.
Well,
and
sure.
they're-
Well,
and they're
Buffalo.
like 10.
They're going to beat New England twice. Miami will beat New England twice. The Jets will probably beat New England twice. So they're each going to have 2 wins going. I mean, New England's horrible.
Oh God.
I mean, New England's bad. I don't know. I mean, my God, they got a new quarterback. Let's start there.
Well, and they got the hardest. They got the hardest schedule in football. which
Well,
doesn't do them any damn good.
Well, you start out
But-
at Cincinnati, then you
Yeah.
got Seattle, then you go to the Jets, then you go to San Francisco,
Then Miami.
then Miami and Houston and Jacksonville, then you get
They might. I have them down for 3 wins.
maybe.
But they got. They're hoping and praying for Drake May.
Drake May's a great quarterback. He
So-
really, I think he's
I do
he's
too.
I think he's a great pro style
Yes.
quarterback. I think it was a good pick.
Yes.
I think it was. I think he is a kid that they can actually
You can grow with him.
grow with him.
Great
I mean,
pick. Just keep him alive.
keep him alive. Don't let him get Sam Bradford.
Uh-huh.
Get some guys, get some trees and put around this kid and let him learn.
Yeah.
Let him learn and let him grow. And I think he's going to be a really good quarterback. They're 2-3 years away from
Oh,
being
yeah.
competitive at all.
Oh yeah.
They did draft a couple of offensive linemen in
Mhm.
the 3rd and 4th round.
Yes.
So they
Build it up.
they didn't just go get him. They got him some help.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun to watch him.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't know how much of a true read you're going to get on him this year. I think
Right.
he's probably the third best quarterback that came out of the draft,
could be.
behind Daniels and
And like I
the
say,
second coming.
yeah. So I
Um,
still got Buffalo. I still got
Yes,
Buffalo winning.
I got Buffalo winning. I got Buffalo winning with Miami and the Jets
Okay. Well,
back and forth on those.
let's go to the AFC Chiefs. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, the AFC West.
Yeah.
I don't. You're gonna have somebody's gonna have to step up and beat them before I say they're not gonna win that division.
No, they got all those weapons, and they end up drafting Xavier Worthy, probably the fastest guy in the damn draft.
Of course,
Good
because
Lord.
they can.
Man,
See, they didn't have to go out there and get a. They went out there and got speed because they could afford it because they got weapons everywhere
Right.
else already. So just go get speed.
they do have some injuries they're dealing with. I'm gonna be interested. This is what day? This is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Thursday night they play, so in 2
Yeah.
days they play. They've had some injuries in the preseason. See what they look like. You're gonna get a test right away with Baltimore.
Well, you get Baltimore at home. They get
So
them at
let's
home.
see.
Well, see, they got Baltimore at home, then they got Cincinnati at home, then they got to go. Then they
Right.
get to go to Atlanta, and then they get to go to the Chargers. So they could very easily lose those first 2 games.
Right.
They're playing
They
two
could.
two home, but 2 home games. I don't think they lose 2 home games. In
They're
a row.
just
Baltimore and Cincinnati are powerhouses. I agree, but I don't think Kansas City drops 2 in a row at home. I just don't think. I just don't think Mahomes will. allow
unless
it.
their defense folds up underneath them, their offense is going to win. They got too many weapons.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Mahomes is too good, and they picked up more weapons. They picked up Hollywood Brown,
Right.
drafted Worthy. Kelsey's still there, Kelsey Swift, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
They're just. I hate talking about them because there's not
I know.
much. It's like talking about the New England back in the Brady
Right.
years. What can you really say about them?
Well,
other than-
I look at this. Other than their division games, okay, they've got Baltimore, Cincinnati, then they've got
it's a pretty weak division.
the Falcons, then they got the Saints, then they get the 49ers will be a tough game.
Right.
Who else they get here? They get Tampa Bay. They get, of course, they get
But they had,
Pittsburgh.
you get Kansas City, and just the way the schedule's falling, the divisions they have to play, they've got the 24th ranked schedule too.
Yeah.
So they don't have a tough,
No,
in terms of what it should be,
no,
a real tough schedule on top of it.
No,
So
they don't have that tough schedule.
I'm looking at them winning 12 or 13 games.
I think they can win 12.
Yeah.
I really do. I think they can win 12. I mean, I don't think that's
No.
a reach.
No.
I mean,
Not at all.
And in this division, if you win 12, you're obviously winning the division.
Oh, you're going to win this division easy.
I mean, the Raiders are not that good. Denver's not that good. The Chargers, probably going to be your second place team here.
Yeah,
just because the Raiders and the Broncos are so bad. So I mean, the Chiefs are going to win the division. Obviously, I don't see how they don't. It's going to be their division to lose.
Oh yeah, unless Mahomes gets hurt or they just have a awful tank job of some type. There's no way they don't win this division.
And like I say, the Chargers didn't do. I mean, they had a big draft too. 6. They had 9 or 10 picks. And they got Joe Alt, of course, that big old lineman at Notre Dame. Got them 3 wide receivers, a running back, and 4 defensive guys in the draft.
Right.
So they retooled.
But their biggest deal is Harbaugh and Greg Roman.
There you go. A brand new
Who
coach.
knows?
Brand new coach.
So what do you do?
I love Jim Harbaugh. I wish he stayed in Michigan and kept cheating, but
he wasn't his fault. The guy was still in signs. He didn't know.
Yeah, right. Okay.
No idea.
Right. Sure.
He had no clue what was going on.
Wasn't my fault. And I know the best thing we can do is just give Ohio State some more wins.
Yeah, let Ohio State have 2 more wins.
Sons of bitches. Anyway, moving on. Harbaugh, I think he's a perfect, fantastic NFL coach. Get him in there, let him go, see what he can do.
Yeah.
The Chargers are a good team for him. I think they're a good fit for Jim Harbaugh. They need a retooling. They need to start
they need
over. They
redo.
need to revamp and start
over. And they've got
and do
some
this
weapons,
again.
and they could win 7, 8 games, maybe 9 on the very, very high end.
Right.
So they're not like it's not like New England where they're going to struggle to win 4.
Yeah.
And so who knows? Harbaugh's coaching, Greg Roman on this coordinator, they could surprise and pull off an upset or two.
Well, sure they could.
So,
I mean, Harbaugh does some fun things.
Right.
Harbaugh's he's an outside the box thinking kind of guy.
Right.
He'll do whatever it takes to win a game.
Right.
He'll
do some odd stuff that
yes, he
expected,
will.
and he'll come out.
He'll do some weird college
Yeah.
shit at the pro level, and people will go, "Well, he shouldn't be doing that." And
Right.
he'll
And
say,
it
"Okay,
works.
watch me do it again."
Yeah.
That's what he does,
And
and
it's
that's
gonna
fine.
work.
That's
Again.
absolutely it's going to work.
Yeah.
He's a football mind, and I love watching.
Yeah. No, he's good.
Now the Raiders.
Hang on. 2 words for the Raiders. It's pretty much into the whole conversation.
Do it.
Gardner Minshew.
There you go.
Okay. Problem solved. You're
there
done.
you go. You're done.
You're not doing. Luckily, you're in Las Vegas, so people still go watch you play.
Yeah, well, they'll go there while they're drunk on the strip.
Exactly.
It's
I mean, defensively with Wilkins and Max Crosby's a beast,
yeah. Their defense is going to be good, but you still have to score.
but they can't score.
Yeah, you still have to score points. You can
can't.
stop everybody all day long, but they're not going to shut everybody out.
They're just not.
And
I tried to find stuff to talk about on their offense. I can't.
no, there's not.
They're led by Gardner Minshew, and that's pretty much my.
And I never understood. I don't know. I don't understand that at all. It makes no sense to me. There's some. I mean, go get Kirk Cousins. We'll give him to you.
Oh,
Guys.
Penix has to learn from somebody.
Yeah, well, I'd rather Penix just learn.
And unfortunately, there's somebody worse than them, and that's the damn Broncos.
Yeah.
They're even worse.
Yeah, I don't know what's.
I mean, they're
They're
retooling.
Yeah.
Sean Payton's there. They're retooling.
After the Russell Wilson, experiment that didn't do it, they just went to
Right.
shit. They didn't do what they wanted it to do, so they just said, "Let's just start over. Let's just get rid of everything. Let's bring in a new cast. Let's just get Bo Nix." Which everybody said that's a horrible pick. They shouldn't have got Bo Nix.
I thought it was a
He's
hell
a
of a
second, third, fourth. No,
hell of a pick.
he's a hell of a pick. He's a hell of a player.
Great pick.
Get him. Get you a franchise guy. Get him in there, and let's build around this cat and let's go.
And
I mean,
they're another one like with Drake May.
Yeah,
they're 2-3 years away probably.
Mm-hmm.
Good draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
Make a trade here or there.
Protect him.
Don't let him get massacred.
Don't let him do much.
good.
Don't let him do much running. Protect him. Get him back there. Get some trees and walls around him. Let him learn. Don't let him get hurt.
No, I think they're going to be in good shape.
Yeah,
They're going to be in good shape.
So we both got Kansas City winning that one. Let's
That's
go to the NFC
Where do you want to go?
East.
Let's
go with them
Go with
Philadelphia
the Eagles.
Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles.
The offense is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they are incredible. I mean, you add Barkley. You already got Hurts. You've got
A.J. Brown,
A.J.
Devontae
Brown,
Smith,
Devontae-
Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you got that offensive line. I've been saying that these other teams need to get. They got a bunch of guys there that you good luck.
Yeah, but
You know,
they
good
had
luck.
they had an all-out collapse last year, though.
Yes, they did. They fell apart.
Lost 6 of their last 7.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, from what I, what everybody heard, a lot of dissension. They bring in Kellen Moore as the coordinator.
Yep.
Who's supposed to, if he's going to do what,
Bring it all together.
yeah, if he does, him and Fangio, whatever his name is, brought in as the defensive coordinator, to try to make these guys a little more cohesive.
We got to have a team,
And
they got a lot of individuals out there, and they played like that as they started to go down that losing streak, and they just gave up on each other. They did. They stopped.
Yeah.
And
I think they can match up with the Miami and the Kansas City style of offensive weapons.
Yeah. Well, I think
what can you do with it?
Well, I think they have the potential of winning 9, 10, 11 games.
Yes. I got them at 11 actually.
I mean, you got the Giants and the Commanders in this division who are both still trying to build. So you're probably going to win both of those. So
Giants
right there, they've already got 4 wins there, and then you just got to win 7, 6 or 7 outside. So I mean, they've got a good shot at 10, 11 wins. I think boy, I hate saying this, but I still think Dallas might win this division.
No, I don't see it.
You don't see it? You got Philadelphia?
I got Philadelphia just because Dallas is Dallas.
Well, they are, but
as long as Jerry Jones is in control, they're not going to do a damn thing.
I know. He always finds a way to screw it up.
Dak Prescott,
I know.
Dak Prescott, I don't know. You're going, again, if you're Cowboy fans, I'm sorry, but I could probably pick 10 other guys who I'd rather have quarterback me instead of Prescott.
Yeah, but when Jerry Jones makes a decision, that's the decision. That's it. That's it. He's not wrong.
No,
and that's just it.
I love the fact that they. I love the fact that they signed CeeDee Lamb.
Tony Romo. I mean,
I love this. I love they finally signed CeeDee Lamb. They had to do that.
Sure, they need to spend some money.
But you got Ezekiel Elliott back, who didn't do a damn thing last time he was with them.
No.
So,
they're better now than they
lost
were.
Pollard.
Well, they're better now than they were the last time Elliott was with them. I think they're more cohesive. I think they're a better unit. I think
they're great defensively.
I mean, I'm not a Cowboy. Here in Oklahoma, we get Dallas Cowboy to death our entire lives.
About like damn Yankees.
In this part of the world in Oklahoma, you either love them or you hate them.
Right.
You can't. There's no mid range for the Dallas Cowboys around here. It's been forever.
How long? How long?
Well, they were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but
their last playoff win.
When was their last win?
It was 2022, a wild card game.
Okay.
So still 2 years ago. But the thing is they get there and then they can't. Like I say, they can't win the big game. But like Buffalo, they get there and they can't win the big game.
And everybody preseason all the time. Well, this is the year. This is the year that Dak Prescott puts it all together. No, prove it.
Exactly.
Let me see it.
I mean, I understand your argument with Philadelphia still being the cream of the crop here.
Yes.
And Dallas has to prove it to get there. But I just think Philadelphia's still got a few more question marks.
They do. They still. I mean, you got that many new coaches and coordinators.
Yeah,
have to put some stuff together.
The end of the last season really hurt Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're loaded, but you still got to have somebody put it together. You got a brand new list of coaches trying to take that and put it all in line, and just the talent alone is going to win you 8, 9 games.
Right, and that's my thing. Kellen Moore can do anything.
Yeah, can you win 10, 11, 12? Yeah. I think Dallas's unit is more cohesive at this time, and I think that they'll. Will they be a playoff team? I think the only way Dallas is a playoff team is if they win the division. That's
very possible. Just because there's some other teams that are going to suck up the wild card.
Right.
I just don't see them. I just don't see them overthrowing Philadelphia right now.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you got the Giants and Washington in there. Neither one are worthy.
No. Washington, though, not that they're going to make the playoffs, but again, you got the Drake May conversation.
Sure.
You got the Bo Nix conversation.
Sure.
Then you go another step up with this Jaden Daniels kid. I think he's going to be a stud.
Well, he is, but I don't know if their style of offense is conducive to him. I don't know.
Well, they brought in a whole new staff.
Yeah, I know.
Just for him. And they can say what they want. They brought it in for him.
I know.
To try to turn this around. Dan Quinn's going to, the guy's not a total idiot, but
Yeah.
They got Zach Ertz there. They got Austin Eckler there now.
Well, yeah, I understand.
Terry McLaurin.
But most of their draft this year was defense.
Right.
And, they didn't go out and try
Right.
to get him any young offensive weapons to use. They got some guys there. I mean, they've
Right. They still got Luke McCaffrey,
I know.
Johnson.
But I don't know. I think Daniels is a great quarterback.
I think he's going to be really good.
I think he's going to be really, really good. I don't think where he's going in at this time.
I got them finishing third. I got them ahead of the Giants. I got them finishing third.
Well, I got them
Over
both
the
winning
Giants.
7. I mean, I got the Giants and the Commanders.
See, I had the Commanders winning 8.
Both winning 7. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. They're just not. Let's just say they're not the elite of the division.
No,
You
no.
got Philadelphia, you got Dallas, and then you got those.
Those two are still. Those two are still looking.
Yeah,
good for sure.
they're still fighting for that area, if you will, for that 3rd and 4th spot.
All right.
So I don't know. Let's go to the North.
The North. This is gonna be a good division.
This one here is going to get
Man,
back
it's
to the
gonna be
world
good.
when they used to be calling it the black and blue.
It's
Guess
gonna be
what?
good.
This thing's going to be ugly. I mean, fun ugly. I mean,
Yes.
fun, knock down each other, beat up. What's interesting about this division, from what I saw, looking into it and just kind of estimating, using my very, very limited brain cells on the NFL, but this might be one of those divisions where you got 3 teams that win 11 or more, and then
Possible.
and then there's three or four teams in the NFC don't win hardly anything because all those wins are taken up by 3 teams in this
Right.
division. Detroit, I think, can win 12. Green Bay's capable of winning 12. Chicago, they're either going to be they're either going to win like 10 or 11, or they're going to win 6 or 7. I don't know how good Caleb Williams is going to be.
Right.
I don't know if he's got the guts to be an NFL quarterback
for a whole NFL season.
I don't think.
I'm tired of hearing about
don't know if he's got
he's
it.
undefeated in the preseason. I don't really give
Who gives a shit? So am I.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference. He's got to play an entire season. And they got Houston the second week of the season. Let's see what he does against Houston's defense. Let's see what they do there.
That's a defense.
And
I mean, they start out at home with Tennessee. That's going to be a problem. I don't see how they don't win that game.
they should win that game.
And then they go to Houston. They're going to probably lose that one out, and probably he's going to get woken up into what NFL defenses really are.
Yes.
He's playing preseason football when they're playing second and third string guys and guys that may get cut next week.
And if you don't think these guys are going to come after his ass,
there's blood in there.
baby.
Oh, there's blood in their eyes.
They want a piece of the superstar.
Oh, sure, because he didn't want to play here. I don't want to play
Yes.
there. I want to do this. I want to own the team. I want to.
Yeah.
I need this. You ain't played it down yet. You're not getting shit till you get out there and play it down. Now, the thing is
yes,
they could be really, really
Oh,
good.
he's an incredible athlete,
But they
great
could be
quarterback.
really, really bad. I don't know.
But
at this point, I'm saying Detroit.
I got Detroit winning 12, Green Bay winning 11, and Bears winning 9.
I think Detroit can win 13.
Man, that is possible.
I
love what he's done with them. I
don't-
love watching them play.
I don't see many holes in Detroit.
No.
I really, really don't. They are bloodthirsty.
I mean, they're on.
for a win. They are bloodthirsty
Yeah.
to win for a Super Bowl. They want it.
Well, they needed a little bit of defensive help. So
Yes.
they got some more people. Whether or not it's going to improve them or not, don't know.
Well, they had 6
But-
draft picks. They went corner, defensive line, safety, and then
Yes.
offensive guard and tackle.
Yeah.
They know what they need,
Yes.
and they went out and got it.
Yeah.
All the draft tells me is what they already knew they were stacked.
Yes.
They are ready to roll. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past Detroit to come out of this whole thing and be the number 1 seed in the
Very
NFC.
possible.
I'm that high on Detroit.
Yes, definitely. And the Packers, they're going to go as Jordan Love goes.
Yeah.
He's got weapons, and he showed a lot last year. Again,
Yeah.
they could win. I can see them winning 11 or 12.
Sure.
They're just that good.
This division is going to be. I mean, Minnesota, bless their hearts, they ended up in the wrong division this time.
Yeah.
They're not bad, but they're not anywhere near these other guys. I mean,
No.
I don't.
And you talk about a team that's going to live or die by their quarterback. That's
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, and that's the
Yeah.
Bears.
Well,
because
see, let me talk about Minnesota State. You bring in McCarthy,
yes,
who is, I think, a decent quarterback. I mean,
Yeah, that's not a bad-
again, everybody was talking about what a bad pick. You shouldn't have picked him that high. He should have been a second round.
yeah, but who else are you going to get? They
Yeah.
needed a quarterback.
Yeah, shut up. Let McCarthy do what McCarthy does.
Yeah.
I think he's I think he's going to be a pretty good pro quarterback. I think he's got pro style. He's got a pro. I think he's got a pro arm.
Unfortunately, he's not going to play. He's hurt, but
I know, but I still think
that's the problem. I think their future is going to be with him.
right.
Unfortunately, they got to live with Sam Darnold this year, so that's going to kill him. But they got, Justin Jefferson. Probably, I think he can. I think he's the best receiver in football.
Yeah.
Just Sam Darnold can't do it.
No.
McCarthy was a great pick.
Well,
the knee injury.
Well, the point was,
So
even though you have a guy like McCarthy, had he been there,
Mhm.
they still couldn't compete with these
No,
other three
that's
teams.
that's it. And I think this is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that the injury is good,
Sit back and watch and learn.
but he's going to get his season in watching,
Yeah.
learning.
hold the
When they're
clip.
not going to be good anyway.
Hold the clipboard.
Yeah, you're not going to be good. You might
Right.
win 6 games.
Well, and Darnold's not a great quarterback,
No.
but he's played in the league many,
No.
many years.
No,
He's a veteran. He knows he can learn from this guy. So-
right.
but I mean, I just don't see how Detroit doesn't win this division.
No.
What do
If they get surprised, yes, I got them winning the division with the Packers only out by like a game. I got the Packers with one of the wild card spots.
So what do you? So
Yeah.
so we've joked and teased and talked shit about Caleb Williams ever since the day all of it started.
Mhm.
In all honesty, is he a pro style quarterback?
With the way the way the game's played now, yes, I think he'll do things.
Can he
Okay.
last the whole season physically?
That's what I'm getting at. We had that argument with Josh Allen having Tom Brady type
Right.
skills,
right.
not Tom Brady,
Right.
but those type skills and that
Right.
kind of thing.
Sure.
Caleb Williams has the potential to be a Patrick Mahomes type
Right.
guy. Now, can he be a Patrick Mahomes type leader?
See
That's where I find
Well,
it.
see,
That's where I find the problem.
Right. See, here's a good point. See, the Mahomes type quarterback, he's not a pro style quarterback,
Mm.
but he came in and created a new style of pro quarterback.
Right.
But the thing about Mahomes is he can read a defense. He can read. He sees the field like I've never seen a quarterback
Right.
see the field,
Right.
ever. I don't think Caleb has that ability. I think he's got the legs, of course, to get out of certain predicaments.
Right.
I don't think he's got Mahomes' arm strength. I don't know. He may. I don't know. I don't think he can. I don't think he's got the ability to read a defense as well as Mahomes does.
He's not
I don't think he's prepared for the speed of NFL defenses.
Yeah,
I don't think he is.
He's not to that Mahomes level by any means.
No.
My concern with him would be the intangible stuff. And we talked about this
Right.
one of our early episodes.
Right.
His intangible, being able to lead a team and be able to take control of a team.
Yeah.
As an actual leader, to where you can see Mahomes in the huddle,
Right.
taking control, and everybody
Right.
paying strict attention to him and listening to him and following him, and he's going to take us and go.
Well, yeah.
Does Caleb Williams have that with his teammates?
Yeah, I don't think my whole thing is heart and
Yeah.
and guts.
Yeah.
And when you get to this level, I mean, 62-year-old man who's never played professional football, but doing the best I can.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, from all the watching football all a long time, like I've watched it, you got to have a certain little bit of what they used to call intestinal fortitude to stick it in there, stay in there, play. Okay, balls. And I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got it.
I haven't seen it.
I don't.
I mean,
we haven't seen. I mean, we watched him down here at OU, and he was a great quarterback here.
Yeah.
But
that's what he does.
Yeah.
He makes things happen. He makes
But
big time plays.
when certain things happened, we saw that he just didn't have that.
Well,
The Baker Mayfield, I'm going to kick your ass. Yeah, I'm down 60, but I'm still going to whip your ass.
yes.
You know,
And you believed it.
Yeah, he's the guy that you're down 20. Oh well, I guess this one's over.
Yeah.
That's what I see. That's the difference for me with a Caleb
Right.
Williams and
And-
somebody that needs the guts.
But and that's the thing with somebody like Caleb. What I see is,
Right.
he's going to make that scramble and turn a 10-yard sack into a 35-yard gain.
Right.
Great. He's going to make that big,
Right.
beautiful touch pass 65 yards down the field. What's he going to do when you're down 17 at the start of the fourth quarter, and you have to drive the ball down the field? You have to make plays,
Right.
not just, oh God, he's a highlight reel. Yes,
Yeah.
I want to see him lead a team. I want to see him bring a team back. I want to see him be down 14 points with 8 minutes left and make a comeback.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
And prove us wrong, Caleb. You got an opportunity. Prove us wrong. Go for it, buddy. If you prove us wrong, that means.
Hey, I'll say it. I'll admit it.
Hey, if he proves us wrong, he's going to make that division even better. All righty, let's go to the NFC South.
Worst conference in football.
Now,
Fucking
let's
horrible.
be careful. Well, they are, but I mean, yeah, they're not. I mean,
I got Atlanta winning the conference.
well, I think Atlanta's got a shot. I mean, that's a heart pick for me, of course.
It is, but
I'd
not
love-
for me. I'm not a Falcons fan,
I'd
but I
love
think
to
they've got the shot to win it.
I'd love to see Michael Penix come
Yes.
out, win 10 games, and tell everybody and give everybody one of these, and just say,
Yep.
Guess what? Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta is primed to win. They're hungry. They still live with
Who's
the
their
new
coach now? They got a new coach.
Yeah, they still live with the New England Patriot debacle. They want to get past that. I
think they're ready. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think they can win their division.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going anywhere after that.
right. I think.
But I think they can win their division.
Yeah, I think they can win the division. Are you picking Detroit or Green Bay?
I got Detroit.
Okay, so I got Atlanta winning this division, but I've only got them winning 10 games. I think they win this division at 10. I don't know if anybody else in this division. I mean, I think they beat each
Well,
other up. I mean, Carolina stinks.
Carolina's probably the worst team in
Well,
football.
that-
Them and the Patriots are close for the worst team in football.
Well, all three of these are
Right.
going to win 2 automatically with Carolina. Then they're
Right.
probably going to split home and away with both of these, so they each have, 5 wins right there. And then Atlanta, I think they can pull 5 out of conference.
I think it's down between Atlanta and Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, they're fun to watch.
Tampa Bay is that team that you just watch because you don't know what the hell's fixing to happen.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun as hell to watch. Well, I just, they signed him, they gave him a contract, and
And you know what? I went back and forth, and you know what? I'm probably changing my pick. I probably got Tampa Bay winning just because of that factor there.
what's that for? What factor?
Quarterback. Play.
Oh, yeah,
Quarterback play.
he's a winner. I mean, yeah, and he hasn't won anything. I get it, but he's a winner.
Love him or hate him, though, I would want him on my team.
Absolutely.
I would want him on my team.
Oh, when he was trying to find a place to play, I kept telling him, call him,
Yeah.
get him.
Oh, I was hoping Pittsburgh would go get his ass.
I mean, he's not.
We needed him.
I mean, he's not any worse than what the Falcons had. I mean,
Nope.
go get him.
And the guy he's just a winner.
He makes plays.
Period.
He makes things happen, and he will.
He's that guy you're talking about that they can be
Yeah.
down 24 points with 3 minutes left, and he's in the huddle saying, "Okay, we got it."
And
We got this.
he's also getting in your ass if
And-
you're not doing the
yeah,
right thing.
yeah.
He'll jump down your throat.
Yeah, and you believe him.
Yeah.
You believe
So
you're
I
going to
just-
score 20 points in 2 minutes.
I mean, I think Atlanta's more. I think Atlanta's hungry. I mean, I'm not going to argue saying Tampa Bay could pull this one out. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I got Tampa. Bay.
New Orleans is going to be there. New Orleans has always been the thorn in the side of Atlanta. They
Atlanta,
always
yep.
win. They always struggle against New Orleans, and New Orleans and
just-
Tampa Bay have gotten that rivalry built up as
Right.
well. New Orleans is always that team that they're just that little thorn in your foot that you.
Yeah. But they're just
Oh.
not that. I don't know. There's just something about New Orleans that just. I don't know how they win games every year.
I don't either.
I don't.
That's
understand.
why it's so frustrating as a
But-
Falcon fan.
Yeah.
Every time you play New Orleans, you say, God, no.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't be winning.
They shouldn't lose to New Orleans, but they do. New
Yeah.
Orleans shouldn't win, but they did.
Yeah.
New Orleans shouldn't beat Tampa Bay, but they did.
But they do.
New Orleans, and they're always there. I just don't think they're as good as Atlanta and
No,
Tampa Bay.
I don't either. I
This year.
think that's a Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay, Atlanta, 1-2 in some way, shape, or
I mean, unfortunately, I don't see anybody getting out of this division unless you win it. So
Yes, you don't get a wild card out of this division.
Can Tampa Bay and Atlanta both win 10 games? I think they can. I'm going to go with my heart and say Atlanta.
Possible.
And Chuck's going to go with Tampa Bay.
I got Tampa Bay. So I got Tampa Bay winning 10, Atlanta winning 9.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's fair. I don't. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I do agree with your assessment of this probably being the weakest division in all of football.
Yes.
I don't know. Looking back, I mean, the AFC South isn't a call home and screaming about how great they are, but I don't know. They could turn it around. You can have Michael Penix, Baker Mayfield, and then the New Orleans Saints just make this thing a great call.
That's how I hope. I think Penix is probably going to be kind of like a Steeler thing. I think Cousins will be your quarterback for 3, 4, 5 weeks. Cousins will get hurt or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
if not, then you get a season where Penix learns under Cousins for the entire season. So it's not exactly a bad situation.
Well, I just think I don't want him to rush him by any means. But the thing is that if we have a chance to win, and Cousins is just not getting us over the top, you got to put the guy in, let him play, let him earn his money, and let's go.
Sure.
You just have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just not a lot to talk about with this division. You get past those two teams.
No, you get past a couple of the names like your Penix and your Mayfield.
Yeah,
and a couple of the surprises. And that's about it.
Rest of it's kind of just quiet.
Yeah,
so
just check and see.
Yeah, exactly. NFC West, last one.
NFC West.
Rams, 49ers, Cardinals, Hawks. What do you got?
I know everybody's picking the 49ers, but man, the Rams look good.
I like the Rams.
I'm probably still going with the 49ers, but the Rams they lost Aaron Donald, which is probably the best defense. That's going to hurt. I still think Stafford's got another year or two in him. Blake Corum was a great pickup. They got Kyron Williams. They've got great tight ends. They got weapons. I think the Rams are going to give the 49ers a run.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the 49ers are going to win the division.
Well, I'm going to go with the Rams over this. I
think they both make the playoffs.
I've always been a huge Stafford fan.
Yep.
And the past two, ever since he got there, he's made the Rams a better team. He's made them a better franchise. He's made them a better everything.
Right.
And I just think that I don't know. I mean, the 49ers are good. They're fantastic.
Right.
They're
good.
They were Super Bowl last year. They were just that good.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't lose anything. Hell, if anything, they gained.
Right.
They're
strong offensively. They're strong
defensively. They've got so many weapons, and I
think their weakness, from what I was reading, what people are saying, their biggest weakness is going to be the middle of the offensive line, your center and your guard play. But
the thing about the 49ers, when you got Christian McCaffrey, you don't need a center and guard play.
He's a stud.
You don't need a center and guard play.
You talk about somebody who's fun to watch.
I know. You never know what he's going to do. You turn around and he's doing something else.
Yep.
The 49ers are just that good. They're. I'm talking myself back into the 49ers. I don't know.
But to jump off them, I think the team that I'm going to be kind of curious to watch is going to be the Cardinals.
Well,
because of if Kyler Murray's healthy.
There you go.
And you got Marvin Harrison Jr.
There you go.
That could be fun. Not saying they're going to go out and win 13 games.
No.
They could be fun to watch.
Well, the fun thing about Arizona, they had 12 picks in the draft.
Yes.
They went out and they loaded up. I mean, they've got a wide receiver, an edge, a running back, a tight end, an edge, two offensive tackles, cornerback, another cornerback. I mean, safety. They loaded up on some talent.
I think Harrison was the best player in the draft.
I think he might be the best athlete, but I don't think he's the best. I don't think he was the best difference maker in the draft. I just don't.
Could be.
I think.
I don't know. I really. And I hate Ohio State.
Well, I mean, he's a great athlete. You can't say he's not a great athlete.
Yeah.
He is. But a wide receiver touches the ball maybe 6 times a game. That's not going to make as much difference as a quarterback who has the ball every play.
Yeah, but
It's
somebody
just not.
somebody like him is not. I mean, this is the guy that's going to who should touch the ball like a Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase,
Well, he
like
should.
Welker did, where they'll touching it 10 to 15 times
Well,
a day,
he should.
a game easily.
Well, sure, but he's going to drop
So-
a couple. He's going to defense is going to knock a couple out of his hand. I mean, a wide receiver they can make big plays. I'm not going to argue
Yeah.
that, but I will always argue the point that they're the biggest difference maker on a team simply because they don't touch the ball enough.
Right. No, I get that. But
That's just an argument I've always made because I'm never wrong.
But they, man, I think he was a good pick. And if Murray's got to stay healthy, if Murray stays healthy, they've got a chance to win 9 or 10. Maybe.
Murray's the key.
But yeah.
I mean, just like with all these other teams, the quarterback's the key. It always is. Seattle's brutal.
Yeah. I don't see much happening with the other two in there.
Well, Seattle.
I mean, Seattle's just.
Seattle, unfortunately, they're in a rebuilding year, and then they had hardly any draft picks because they traded them all away in the other stuff. And it's
I relate. No, he's not this talent. So don't come after me. DK Metcalf, I relate him to somebody like a Mike Trout. The guy's a really good athlete, a great wide receiver, but he's stuck down there with people. I mean, Geno Smith, great story, does a good job, very serviceable.
Right.
It's Geno Smith.
Yes.
You're not. I mean,
yes. And
you're a year or two. You're still a couple of years.
They are but they need more
in that conference.
Yeah,
that division.
They're gonna need more help than what they had. The draft. This was not a good year for their draft. They they only had 8 or 9 picks, and they used them for some key positions.
Yes.
And I get it. They're going to take the kids they got and see if they can make them something. But they're going to need a better draft or more bodies in the next couple of years to get them up to where they need to be. San Francisco and LA are going to be there for a while. They have proven they're there and they're growing and they're getting better. So
definitely.
I'm still going to stick with LA, and I just think the Rams are going to. I think the Rams win 11 or 12, and I think San Francisco wins 10 or 11. Until LA doesn't do it, I'm going to say they're.
Can't really argue with it. I mean,
well, I'm just. Gonna, I just until they say. Until they don't, I just have to. There's something about Matthew Stafford who's he's always going to win in my eyes.
Yeah.
So
no, he's good. Very serviceable.
Well, let's go back to the AFC. What's your pick? Let's go with your division winners. Let's see. Let me write them down here. You chose Baltimore, and you chose Houston. And you chose Buffalo, and you chose the Chiefs.
Yep.
Who are your 3 wild cards?
Oh my goodness! My wild cards are Cincinnati.
Okay.
Miami.
Okay.
And Chargers.
Ooh. Okay. Well, let's see. I had Cincinnati winning the division. I got Houston winning. I got Buffalo winning, and I got Kansas City winning. My wild cards. Wow. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go with Miami. I'm gonna go with Baltimore, and I'm gonna. Well, Chuck, I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, hey,
I'm going with Pittsburgh.
I want to. I thought I'd get bitched at for being hard.
No, I think
they got a chance.
They
do. The defense is going to keep them in a lot of games.
Well, their defense. There's just something about the AFC North. I got 3 teams going.
Mm-hmm.
I got Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I just think 3 of those teams are going. I mean, it may be Cleveland instead of Pittsburgh, but I think 3 of those teams are going.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Let's go to the NFC.
All right. I got Philadelphia.
Hang on here. Let me get all this squared away. Chuck's got Philadelphia.
Got Detroit.
Okay.
Got Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Got San Francisco.
What are your wild cards?
My wild cards, I got Green Bay.
Okay.
I got the Rams.
Okay.
And I got... God damn it.
Yeah, it's always a tough one.
Yeah, they'll choke it off in the playoffs. I got Dallas.
Okay. Well, my divisions, I got Atlanta, I got the Rams, I got Dallas, and I got Detroit. My wild cards, I'm going to go with San Francisco. I'm going to go with Philadelphia. And I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. I really want to go with the Packers, but I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. That's kind of where I'm going to go. I mean,
Okay. You got the Packers not even making the playoffs.
I got the Packers not making the playoffs.
Okay.
I got that.
Gutsy moves.
Well, I've got that division. They're just going to be beating everybody up. You know, I'm going to go. I don't know. I just think with Mayfield having the contract and having the support, I think Tampa Bay is going to do well. I really do.
Right. Who you got divisional playoff? The divisional playoff, the championship games. The AFC and the NFC championship.
I'm probably shite. I'm going to go with Detroit. I'm going to go with Detroit and LA.
Okay.
Who are you going?
I've got Detroit and Green Bay.
Detroit and Green Bay. Okay. How about the AFC? I'll go with Jesus. I hate it. Buffalo and Kansas City.
I got Baltimore and Kansas City.
Really? All right. I'm going to play with my heart. I'm going to go Detroit and Buffalo.
I got Detroit and Baltimore.
Yeah, Detroit and Baltimore. Yep. Well, we'll see how that goes, and we'll change our picks as we go out throughout the season because you know they ain't going to be right. But anyway, I really think this is Buffalo's time.
I hope so. I hope I'm wrong.
I think they're finally there.
I don't want Baltimore going that far, but I just think they're prime. I think they got a chance to be that damn good. I hope you're right. I would love to see Buffalo in it. I would love that.
Well, like I said, I got Buffalo and Detroit. I think
That
Detroit's.
would be awesome.
I think Detroit's due. I think Buffalo's due. Of course, both this pick is coming from my heart. I really want to see it. I think I'd like to see Stafford and Josh Allen go at it. I just would.
That'd be a great game, though.
Stafford. It's
Jared Goff.
Goff and Allen go at it. I mean, I think the Lions are just.
That would be such.
They're just so hungry.
The Lions are fun to watch. I
They're
love
fun to
their coach. Their coach. I love their coach. I love the mentality. He's got what. He's got a Steeler mentality that I've always liked.
Sure.
That type of hard nose. I don't really give a shit about what you do or don't like, or this is how I'm going to run my team, and this is what we're going to do.
Well, see, that's what hardball is, and back at the Chargers, and that's where they're going to get.
Yes,
I think. I mean that attitude is necessary in the NFL.
Yes,
and if you can get your whole team to be a part of it, which is what he's done in Detroit.
Yes.
He's got his team and to believe into that. I'm not a prima donna. I know I'm a millionaire. I've got all the money I'm ever going to need, but you know what? I'm here to play football.
And
Let's play football and win.
I remember if it's last year or the year before, if you've ever watched Hard Knocks on HBO, they did it with the Lions with him in there.
Yeah.
Watch it. And you see him and how he deals with the team and how he deals with some of that crap. That no nonsense guy, and it's worked. Yeah. It works for him. And
the thing is, as a coach like that, you go out there and you get those guys. You get the guys that'll buy in.
Play.
They'll buy in, and it makes it a whole lot different.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
But anyway, that's our deal for the NFL. It starts Thursday night. This is Tuesday night, the 3rd. It starts the Thursday night. It's the Chiefs and the Ravens.
We're going full bore now, people. Baseball playoffs, and you got
the Chiefs and the Ravens, and then Saturday that's Thursday. I mean Friday night we get the Packers and Eagles, which is kind of cool. That we got a Friday night game. Packers and Eagles is going to be a really good game.
Oh yeah, Sunday it fires off.
Sunday we're loaded up. Steelers and Falcons. Oh, what? Steelers and Falcons.
Yep.
And Cardinals get the Bills. Tennessee plays the Bears. Panthers and the Saints. Bengals and the Patriots. Vikings get the Giants. Jaguars get the Dolphins. Texans and the Colts. The Chargers get the Raiders. The Broncos and the Seahawks. The Cowboys will play the Browns. The Commanders get the Buccaneers. And Sunday night will be the Rams and the Lions. And
I say, though, where we're at. We're going. Baseball playoffs, NCAA football, NFL football, we're going strong now.
Yeah, it's all rolling. So we appreciate you coming in. Like, share, comment, if you will. Let us know what your picks are. Let us know if we differ from you. I'm sure we did. But let everybody know we're out there. We'd like to get many, many more subscribers
Yep.
if we can get them in there. We enjoy doing this for
Yep.
you folks.
We're
and we
growing and growing slowly, but we're growing.
I hope you enjoy what we do here for you. So get back in, comment, like, share, and subscribe. Give that little thumbs up. It'll ding dong every time we come on. So you got anything else, Chuck?
I am good to go.
We will see y'all later. Have a good one. See you. Bye.